Good morning, everybody. It's Serafina, and I'm here with your daily tarot and astro insight. So the full moon in Virgo is coming up on Friday, and I wanted to reflect a little bit on the axis, which is of Virgo and Pisces, because the fact that we have a full moon in Virgo means that the sun is in Pisces. Not only is it there, but it's also at the last degrees of Pisces right before as it enters Aries. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and the element of water, which means that it's the female aspect of Jupiter. As I've mentioned before, it's all about surrender, about being in transient states, about being able to dissolve into the unknown. And then we have Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of mental processes, communication. It's known as a psychopomp because it's mercurial in its nature, right? It's able to even grab, the planet Pisces, Mercury is able to grab elements of other planets when it's close to it. It's also known to be androgynous. So Mercury likes, in Virgo at least, it really likes to be analytical. It likes to be able to compartmentalize things, to be able to digest information. So a classic archetype of somebody who has strong Virgo is like a librarian, let's say, right? It's somebody who likes information and knows how to compartmentalize information. Virgo is also very much related to being able to structure our days on the material plane, right? Being able to know when we do exactly what in order to get what needs to be done. So if we think about these two opposing archetypes and how they could function in our world, let's say that Pisces could be around us finding meaning in our life, of us being able to transcend all the material existence and all the stories that play out in our life and being like, what am I here to do? Because eventually meaning is what propels us forward, right? When we know that whatever it is that we're doing on the material plane every single day, which is an aspect of Virgo, when we're able to organize and put our ducks in order and be able to work through these mundane aspects, always having in mind that we have a higher meaning, that we have a higher purpose towards things. And so I invite you to reflect on that as the days are coming into the full moon in Virgo. And as usual, check to see where Virgo is in your chart, what house is under Virgo, because that means that those specific themes are going to be coming up for you. So yeah, I just wanted to reflect on that, like this Jupiter aspect that really likes to be expansive and boundless and seeking for meaning and philosophy, counteracting this mercurial need for daily and mundane action, us being of service, us being able to tend to our homes and, being able to function on this mundane level. Okay, let's pick some tarot cards. I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land and of this ocean and of this island, and I thank them for holding the space and their ancient wisdom. And I would like to call upon my team of lights, my archangels, angels, ancestors, and my higher self, and I thank them for their presence and guidance with this collective reading. Okay. Beloved Spirit of the Universe, what loving guidance is there for the collective today? What loving guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Chariot. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Wheel of Fortune. What further guidance is there today for the collective? We have the Nine of Swords. What further guidance is there for the collective today? we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, and I'm going to pick one oracle card to complement. What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the card of letting go. It says, everything is needed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Okay, so we're starting off with the Chariot. The Chariot, as I've mentioned before, is us being able to power through with our inner strength, with our inner reliance, power through external obstacles, right? It's similar to the card of the Strength where we see the woman with the lion, but the woman with the lion is using her inner resources that she didn't even know she had in order to tame this lion. This Chariot speaks more of us being able to be encapsulated by the unknown and still continuing forward. So ultimately, it's a card of like having faith or trusting in the process. Why do I say that? Because we have two sphinxes here which represent balance, right? So it's us being able to balance whatever it is that we're going through. It could be our emotional processes, our mental processes. I'm going to say today that it's our mental processes. However, we also see that they have like this garment here that has stars on it. And the whole purpose of the Chariot is that it is a vehicle for us to be able to continue forward. And so I feel that today, particularly, the message is us being able to continue forward, even, despite the fact that there are many things that are not answered for us or that we don't know. It's an ability for us to trust in the unknown and still be able to go forward, knowing that we're protected, knowing that there is a bigger, higher purpose or meaning towards things. Why am I going this route today with the Chariot? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is basically the wheels of karma, the wheels of life, the entropy of life that keeps on turning. Usually when it comes up, it denotes some positive changes. All changes are good ultimately, even if they bring a little bit of hardship at the beginning, right? So this could also be a card of destiny. And destiny in the sense of like, yes, we all make our own destiny, but there are certain elements in life that we're kind of already heading towards, whether we are aware of it or not. So it's us being able to trust in this greater mystery, this greater unfolding of life, and knowing that it's just part of the wheels turning of life. Because life is going to continue always moving and expanding. I see that some of us may be worried, may be anxious about where things are going, right? As I've mentioned in previous readings, here the person doesn't realize that this quilt that is covering them and their inability to sleep with all of these mental processes above them that could fall on them and kill them ultimately, they have here all the signs of the astrological wheel. And so that is basically us telling us that we are held, and that despite us getting trapped in the anxiety, in the not knowing, we are still held and we are still loved by this greater cosmic intelligence and cosmic force. It's funny to see that the last tarot card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the only queen that has her legs open. If you look at the other queens, they're not denoting that she has her legs open. For me, this represents an openness to life, right? As we know, she has her yoni there, and the yoni is a portal of creation. And creation is also very related to fire. She is a queen of alchemy. She is magnetic. When she walks into a room, people recognize her. So this could mean that you're dealing with a woman who is fiery in nature. She is a Sagittarius or a Leo, but mostly what I'm feeling about this Queen of Wands is her ability to continue forward despite her past, right? She has her familiar here, which is a black cat there, and she has the sunflower in her hands. So it represents this luminosity, and the oak leaves represent wisdom and tarot. So the Queen of Wands for me is saying that we're going to be finding new sources of inner power within us. We're going to be finding a new resilience, a new way to show up, a new way to be magnetic, a new sense of power within ourselves. And it's going to be coming from our ability to trust in the unknown, right? And funnily enough, we have this card of letting go. So I feel that some of us, they're asking us to let go mostly of these swords. What do these 9 swords represent for you if you're looking at this figure? You know, and it doesn't mean that, you know, it could mean that some of us are having trouble sleeping at night. It could mean that we're having nightmares, or that we're having a little bit of trouble trusting in the process. And, you know, it's making me think of just the greater process of humanity right now and where we're heading, you know, with all of these guidelines that are changing regarding the pandemic, or it could be regarding whatever is going on in other parts of the world. But right now I'm sensing it more just like in our own life, that there are many things that are unknown. And this card of the Wheel of Fortune is basically telling us the wheels are still going to keep on turning no matter what else happens. And there has to be a need for trusting in the higher good. The other day I was listening to a man on YouTube, and he was just kind of like describing how right now humanity is at a new state in consciousness. If we think about the wars that happened in World War I or World War II, we didn't have the ability to inform ourselves as much, or to be able to hear about these other countries that are going through war. So it was a lot more difficult to make informed decisions. And granted, right now the media is able to distort a lot of the information that comes our way, so we still don't ultimately know the truth of everything that is happening. However, we are able to make more informed decisions for ourselves about what is happening around the world. And whether we want to buy into the politics or not of what is, you know, going on, we can still choose to see our brothers and our sisters that are going through difficult situations as empowered. And so I think it's important for us to recognize that life is going to continue moving forward. And the best that we can do is trust in the unknown of what is coming, and being able to rely on our mental balance and our ability to just know that things are going to work out and solve out. Because we have this ability to be magnetic, to be wise, and to be able to tame our emotions, right? You know, fire nature can be impulsive. It can be a little bit straightforward and blunt and impulsive. So us being able to balance that out by recognizing how far we've come, and that ultimately, you know, luminosity is in our own hands if we open up to see things from a different point of view. And with that, they're asking us to let go of this anxiety that's been, you know, hovering above us, or this wanting to control to see how things are going to play out. Okay, today I'm feeling compelled to grab a couple of oracle cards from this deck, which is called Keepers of the Light. And because today when I was just reflecting and meditating, I just really felt this important reminder that no matter what it is that we're going through in life or how difficult things seem, it's so important for us to be able to ask for help. To ask for help from our loved ones around us, but also from the spirit realm. Because the spirit realm and our loved ones can't help us if we don't reach out. And so this is just a reminder for all of us that if you're going through a difficult time, the importance of being able to vocalize that and to reach out. And so this deck is called Keepers of the Light, and it holds a lot of the Ascended Masters. So I felt it was good to be able to bring in this energy today. So beloved Ascended Masters and Spirit of the Universe. Okay, one already wanted to come out, and it is the Goddess Isis, and it says, Magic Manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. What further guidance is there for the collective today? What further guidance is there for the collective today? We have the Miriam with Sacred Vision. It says, choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay, so with Isis, it says your dreams and visions or goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And so I do feel that some of us are having to charge through the unknown right now. And it could be regarding our goals for the future or wanting to plan things for the future, and just knowing that we're going through a time of uncertainty because the wheels are turning and they're turning in our favor, and we just have to have a greater trust in these karmic cycles. Stay focused. Don't let little distractions derail you from what you know you want to accomplish, from what you want to bring into your life, because you're going to be finding a new source of inner power for yourself. Your dreams and visions and goals are becoming reality. So it's us being able to stay focused on this, on the long-term plan, on the long-term goals of knowing that the ships are going to eventually come in for us. Here we have two twins, which I love, and we have a white lily, and it says, remember that love has no boundaries. Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. And so I'm feeling that maybe some of us are having to let go of certain relationships. Maybe we're having to let go of certain resentments that we have towards certain people, and that is causing some level of anxiety. That is causing our mental processes to not be clear. Because here, this card speaks of duality, but duality becoming one, right? And so I ask you, what do you need to forgive in order to heal? What is it that you need to let go of? Are you holding on to some minor resentments towards somebody today? Is it coming up? Is it bubbling up for your consciousness today? Because the more we are able to forgive and let go, the easier it is going to be for us to continue forward and allow for good things to come into our life by releasing these anxieties and knowing that we're ultimately held and coming into a greater magnetism, greater power, greater source of alchemy and magic within ourselves. She is, the queen of alchemy in my perspective. So how perfect that we have Isis coming up to remind us that magic is manifesting and that we have the tools in our hands. And I just want to set that reminder out there again of us being able to ask for help, like that they don't infringe on our free will, and that help is always abundant and it's always there for us. Okay, everybody, I hope that this was useful to you, and I will be back here tomorrow. Bye.